Titans Rebirth, and much like the Flash kind of felt like it tied heavily into Rebirth itself, this one feels like the next part of that, because it's Wally, of course, and Wally coming back to the his team of the Titans, and so we start with a little bit of history. Wally sort of gives a little bit of some memories and him taking a photo with the rest of the gang, but him being fast enough to press the button on the camera and speed in
And
for the
so,
photo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget the creative team on this one was
Oh, sorry.
Abnett
Yeah, I didn't mention this. And Brett
and
Booth on art. Yeah.
yeah, there you
And speaking of that, actually, since I'm looking at this page where they take the photo,
go.
um,
Yeah,
Brett Booth isn't great. I don't think he's terrible, but there was one thing that I really dislike in this. I think
his long equine-like faces.
it's the faces, but also there's something about the body on Lilith that
Yeah.
just looks
Yeah.
weird. It's like, she looks like a bulky man. Look at it. It looks like pecs and like muscles, and like it just doesn't look like a woman. That's weird.
It is strange.
But that said, though, I don't think it's like I don't think it's unpleasant overall to look at. Like some people
It's not
really,
enough to detract me from
Yeah.
the book.
it's not enough to take it away.
Well,
'Cause
no, and that's always with Booth. Is his art's not my thing, but it's never made me be like, well, I'm not reading this anymore.
yeah, yeah,
I think he's better when it's the stuff in motion, like the panels of Nightwing leaping forward. I think they look
Yeah.
good.
God, his Nightwing. That's his strongest art, in my opinion, was Nightwing.
yeah.
I agree.
And speaking of Nightwing, so Wally goes to Nightwing first. He goes to Dick's apartment, and by the way, calling on this best friendship that Wally and Dick had is the easy way to get me into this right from the get go.
Classic. That is classic DC.
Yeah, that's like them being best friends, and
Yeah, because even when Wally was Flash and Dick's running around as Nightwing, and he's not really on the A team, Dick, because he does his own thing. It was always cool to see Flash coming down and hanging out with his childhood friend.
yeah, yeah. And we'll get to something later, but obviously we have to get to the main plot here. So Nightwing's like, "Who the hell are you?" Blah 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 blah. He can't remember me. Blah blah blah. The things you expect to happen right away.
Yeah.
But when he touches him, there's a spark.
Yeah.
Which I guess I'm just going to say, Speed Force, bro. I ain't got to explain shit. But that triggers Nightwing's memories.
It's like,
Yep.
how many times are we going to say that phrase between Flash and this?
Probably a lot. Well, I've said it
It
once.
happens 6 more times.
It does,
in
but
this issue.
we don't have to say it 6 more times
Yes.
though. We've said it once. We can just.
But I just mean in the series going forward. How many times are we going to have to say that?
Just after they establish Wally, because this whole first arc is the return of Wally West.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the Speed Force is the key
Yeah.
to uncovering the Mr. Twister thing from Titan's Hunt.
Yeah. Yeah. So Dick remembers who he is, and he's like, "I know your name, but I don't know how." Right. So he's obviously still foggy, but he remembers enough to stop fighting. And then we get the big double page spread where the rest of the Titans show up because Dick. They all think Dick's been attacked.
Yeah.
See, this is where his art stands out a bit for me. It's Wally's body. It looks really stretched out and disproportionate.
Yeah. Actually, also I love the. It's not in the second, maybe before here, but he has a caption where he says, "Maybe wearing a new outfit right away wasn't the best idea."
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was quite good. So then he has a bit of a fight with everyone as they all try to like catch him, and he's like dodging them. But what this really serves a purpose of though, is to get a lot of nice little flashbacks as they all touch him one by one. And it also him like his relationships, because as they all attack him one by one, he's like, "Oh, this is classic Arsenal. This is how he fights." And like, if this is the first Teen Titans book you've ever read, and you don't know these characters,
It's a
I
nice
feel like
intro.
it does a good job of introducing who they all are and what their sort of personalities all are.
It distills all of them down to one core element. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donna protects, Roy is determined, Lilith hunts for the truth. It immediately tells you what they stand for, like you can do with the Justice League.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But as they touch them and they get their memories back, we get like a flashback with each one. We didn't get this with Nightwing. We get it with Nightwing later, which I do want to definitely talk about. But they're like him and Rory, like what was it they're doing? Just chatting and like having a beer. When they're meant to be like what, teenagers at this point, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic teenagers then, basically.
Wait, did I call him Rory? Roy, I meant Roy.
Yeah. I was gonna correct you as soon as you were done talking.
Yeah, no, well, I realised I'd done it, Matt. It's fine. It's
Yes.
similar
I
name.
got you. Also, leave it to the attic to be the one that steals the beer.
Yeah,
It's,
of
it's
course.
true.
Yeah.
He's the bad influence.
Yeah, and of course Donna, we get the flashback to like Donna's like, why are we playing a prank? This is stupid. On the mascara, we do not waste
Yeah.
time like this. He's like, it's called fun, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna learn fun. So
And they all show that Wally was like the heart of the Teen Titans.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
And we
Yeah,
get
it's
flashback
like-
with Lilith and them, sharing a kiss because, I guess for
why else are you going to use Lilith?
well, I
or-
guess for a while, before he met Linda, there was a time when he thought that only gingers could only love
Oh,
other
yeah,
gingers.
I was waiting for the joke. I was like, it's just a case of throwing the gingers together, isn't it?
Hey, but there's two gingers on this team, Connor. You should.
I know,
follow.
it's amazing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got choice.
Yeah. So that's nice, and it's kind of a sweet moment. And then with Garth, who I guess isn't going by that Aqualad anymore. It's just we're just going to call him Garth.
He's Garth, yeah. He's not Tempest, he's not Aqualad, he's Garth.
Do you know what's funny though? When I hear Garth, all I think of is Wayne's World.
Me too.
All I think of is Garth
Yeah.
from Wayne's World. So.
That or country rock superstar Garth Brooks. Oh, No?
I don't know what that
Only
is.
me?
Yeah, that's for sure.
all right. Showing my age. Got it.
So as everyone remembers, when we finally get the flashback, which I really wanted to mention, which is Dick and Wally going for a ride in the Batmobile, because this is actually a flash to a flashback we got in Jeff Johns' Flash run.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it felt particularly touching that we got like another part of this, because it was in the issue where Nightwing shows up to see Wally about stuff. It's after, because if you don't know about, I won't spoil too much of it, but there's a bit of memory wipe stuff that goes on in the Flash run with Wally from Jeff Johns, and it's after everyone kind of realizes Dick comes to see him to talk about it and stuff like that, and we get this flashback where Dick sneaks Wally into the Batcave, and Wally's like geeking out over all the Batcave stuff.
Yeah.
Because I always remember, like, Dick saying, "Oh, where do you and Flash hang out?" And he's like, "His apartment."
House, yeah.
Yeah. This is really shit, man. I want a huge cave with like advanced technology and shit and
Yeah.
malware.
But Barry did have the Flash Museum for a while.
Oh, he
So-
did. Yeah. Batman doesn't have a museum built after him yet. I'm sure it's coming. But no, that was just really sweet. It was a really nice callback to like a previous thing we'd already seen. Like, I don't know, maybe if people hunt through New Teen Titans and stuff, they'll find these other flashbacks kind of like happened. But like that was the one where I remember this from a previous run on something. Like, so that was really cool.
I also just really like that line. It's like, "Oh, you're allowed to drive it." He's like, "Yeah, if no one finds out."
Batman will find. He's fucking Batman.
It is just classic teenagers though at this point. Like
Yeah,
like
it's-
sneaking a beer, doing this. Like, what can we get away with?
Yeah.
It's fun.
I agree, and then we get a nice page of everyone hugging them because they all realize, and I like everyone's costumes now as well. I like that they all have their own distinct costumes of their grown-up versions. Like I like Donna's black and silver.
Garth's a little bit garish.
It's
It's like a little bit too illuminated.
yeah, maybe I like everyone
He's
else's though.
Atlantean. Yeah.
Yeah, I like all the rest of them.
Also, I didn't notice this the first time. I'm looking at that page now where they're all hugging, and there's like a Superman statue or doll on the shelf
Yeah.
in the background. Alpha Dick just has a Superman statue in his house.
Of course he does. It's one of his
we've
heroes
seen him
too.
idolize him for yeah.
I think it's his name.
Exactly, yeah, Nightwing and Flamebird.
Yeah.
That's where he got his name because Nightwing was a superhero on Krypton.
Yep.
Which is probably sort of, if you're new to DC Comics, that's exactly the sort of tidbit you don't know. Is that
Yeah.
That's true.
the name Nightwing comes from a superhero who was on Krypton that
Yep.
Dick learned
Well,
from
that's-
Superman about.
Yeah, that's why Dick Grayson is so important to the DCU because him and Wally now are almost the stand-in for us. You know,
Yeah.
because it's generational. They have ties to most of the heroes. You know,
Yeah, Dick has always
So-
been like the heart of the universe, and now he's
Yep.
kind of sharing that with Wally.
Yep.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then so Wally tries to explain stuff a little bit. Doesn't get too deep into it, but he explains that time is stolen. And the interesting thing here was when he says that 10 years were taken, they suggest Mr. Twister. Like, is it Mr. Twister? And Wally says maybe, like, but he's not sure. And I'm like, and we obviously know it's not. We're like, no, it's someone
Yeah.
better. But
Yep.
So I like that they're poking at that. Like, we're not getting to answers right away, but they're poking at it. Like, the characters are aware of it, and that's important. I think
Right.
even if we don't answer this for another 2 years, or they don't find out for another 2 years, because they know that something's wrong, it's enough for us to.
The
go
thing
along
is,
with
I
it.
feel now though, after a few weeks, I get the idea of which books are going to be the ones that head towards that story more than others.
Yeah,
I feel like
Flash
Adamant
and Titans
especially is going to be
and
shepherding things.
at some point. I feel like Batman might at some point. Like, obviously there'll be some other arcs, but maybe they'll bring that in at some point. Maybe not,
Yeah.
but it's nice to see them poking at that. And I do actually, as much as we did have some complaints about Booth's artwork, I do kind of like some of his layouts here, with all the overlapping sort of windows
Yeah.
going down to Wally at the bottom of the page. It's really nice. And like, yeah, because they bring up this idea that do you think someone will try and steal Tim again? And realize that I think it is. So they're setting up the idea that this is an ongoing threat that they have to deal with,
Yeah.
which is
We're
really
breaking
nice.
through.
Yeah,
I like the idea that it is cyclical. Like every time they get these relationships, 10 years gone, and let's see if it happens differently. And like, I don't know, maybe it didn't happen that way, but it could be interesting.
Now,
Yeah.
the last page is nice. Wally picks up the photo that we've seen them taking at the start, and he says the Titans are going to figure this out together, which is a nice callback to Titans Together. You know, nice little touch.
Yeah.
I did have one logistical complaint about this last page, though.
Which is?
Why is this photo here?
Yeah, where'd he get? I thought, did he have it on him when he went into the Speed Force?
But he picks it up at the top of the page. Does he not? He kneels down and picks it up off the floor.
I mean, it's just Speed Force, bro. Don't just win shit.
I guess. But is it because if he's been erased and there's still 10 years, why does this photo exist? Like, that's just my thing. It's a minor complaint, though.
Or maybe that was a picture they had before. Well, no, because then they didn't know each other from Titan Sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. God damn it.
But they did know each other for a while. They were a team, and then they just forgot. So
Yeah,
maybe
but
this happened, and then it got buried in his stuff, and then they forgot each other.
I guess,
I don't
but the
know.
photo just happens to be lying at his feet.
It is a
Yeah,
bit convoluted, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So having
it's
picked up,
it's a good moment. That's why it's there.
it's a good moment, that is, right, you're right, but it just is a bit, like, it makes no sense. That said, though, as much as some complaints with the art, but not super amount, I did really like this issue. I thought, in terms of, again, hitting all those emotional beats of harkening back to old DC stuff, and also setting up some of this Rebirth stuff going forward, because we know the first arc, which is going to start next month in Titans issue 1. By the way, can I just say I'm pissed this is not double shipping? I actually really want this to be a double.
Yeah, of all the ones that they decide not to.
This is a single. We need to wait a month.
This one annoys me, and Batgirl annoys me.
Well, at least with Batgirl, though, we get Batgirl on the Birds of Prey, so it's kind of
Yeah,
like having
but
a
I don't
double.
want that one as much as I want the regular one. That's the difference.
Okay, but at least with that though, there is 2 Batgirl books, so it's kind of like getting double shipped.
I understand
Yeah.
that, but I don't want it.
At least I can see there's a nice little comfort there. With this one though, it's like, oh man, we need to wait a month for more of these guys and Wally.
Yeah, I think the only one we can get elsewhere is Dick.
Yeah, we get Double Dick and Nightwing.
Yeah, unless Wally occasionally pops up in
Matt,
Flash.
are you excited about Double Dick?
Not as much as you are.
Damn right you're not. Oh god. So that's Titans Rebirth issue 1.